Okay, let's see. Good morning. Have I got sound? Can you hear me? The microphone looks like it's on, but I can't really tell. Oh, I think I have to mute. There we go. Echo, sorry. Hear you. All right. Good deal. Okay, let me finish setting stuff up. Still working on that. I'll try to pull myself up on the tablet because when I'm looking at the screen, it's backwards. Good. Good morning, guys. Thank you. Glad you can hear. That's always helpful. Let's see. Trying to get my tablet set up here. I can watch things the right way around. Let's see if it will. Can't remember how I did it last time. It's not showing me. Oh, wait. I think I need to do subscription page, I think. It's still not showing me. Maybe that wasn't the right button. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see now. Trying to figure this out. And I have no idea what I'm doing today. I overslept and my muse is still kind of groggy, so she hasn't told me yet. There's a lot of stuff around here I could do, so I've got piles behind me so I can choose from a pile. I've got some show and tell. Okay, I can't get this thing to find myself. How do I find it? Oh dear. Let's see. Let me go back over here. Oh, I got one more thing I can try. It's not really showing. Yeah, it's not showing me my stuff. Oh, wait a minute. That might be it. Let's see. Oh, whoops, I hit the sign out button. Well, that's not good. That's not what I wanted. Oh, bummer. That's funny, Judy. Well, let's hope the streaming gods are with us this morning. The cable company is still working on our cable. Um, it's an area-wide problem. They were out here yesterday still. My son came over and he checked everything over, and it's not in the house. So all of our equipment is fine. It's an outer problem. The cable company needs to fix whatever happened. They don't, either they don't know or they don't want to tell when we call. So I have no idea. Okay, well, I don't know how to. Okay, this is getting really annoying. I thought I had this figured out, but I couldn't. I can't find myself on here now. Okay, that's just odd. Maybe it's not showing up because it's not recorded yet or something. I don't know. Okay, let me see how I look up something. Yeah, hang on. And it doesn't seem like the recording starts right away, so I don't, at least it didn't on my previous test, so I don't know. Okay, how do I look for something? Where's the search button? There we go. Okay, now let me try this. Okay. There. Haha. I had to sign out. Okay, now, oops, I gotta mute this now. Hold on. Mute, please. How do I do that? Come on. Where's my, well, I just have to hit the button until it goes all the way down. Okay, now I'm looking at it right side up. Okay, and it looks jerky. Okay, let me see if I can fix the camera settings. because it automatically goes to the highest level. So let me see what I'm going to do here. Ah, trials and errors, I'll tell you. What is that arrow for? It doesn't pop up anything. Tell me. It doesn't give me any information. Oh, man. Okay, well, see, I can see myself right side around on this thing. Looks backwards to you guys now, but and I have a slight delay, so that's just a very slight one. That's good. But I don't know what to do about camera settings. What does this do? Good question. Not sure what that does. Okay, let me do a click. Let me see. Okay. Okay, that really didn't do anything. So, okay, that's not hurting a thing. So I'm leaving that alone. Okay. Let me see. Okay, hold the phone here. Let's see. I don't know how to turn the camera down because am I buffering for you guys at all? Because it seems kind of jerky. Okay, not to Judy. Okay, good. Yeah, this is the bird bath. We're gonna count. We're gonna do a count first thing. And then I'm gonna do some show and tell, and then maybe by that time the muse will be awake enough to tell me what we're doing today. Okay, I can't figure out how to turn the camera down. Okay, well, let's leave it. Okay. Well, if y'all aren't having any trouble right now, I'm gonna leave it. My son said everything that, from here to the street, to their hookup is fine. So we're gonna go with that. And let me set up my tablet here so I can look things right way around. Okay. And I've got my set it in front of the computer screen because that's backwards and it makes me a little bit nuts. Let me move the keyboard over. I don't need that right now. Okay, so let's do a count of cranes. Okay, now let me grab the bag because it's got the official number on it. Unhook the bag from the closet. Okay, so here's what's not in the big box, and these have not been strung yet either. So I've got a lot to string. But what I would like to do is when I finish, when I get to my 1,000, I want to string them all, hang them up, and take a picture. So there's 950 in the box and in here, and we're going to count what I have here. I'm aiming for 1,000. So, and this is the year I'm going to finish because I'm really close. All right, let's see. Let's dump them out. This little guy's already been counted. Okay, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that would be 960. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ha! 20 more, so that's 970. 970 cranes. All right, that's the official count. So I'm crossing out that one and we're writing 970. So 30 more cranes, people. 30 more cranes. And I think I'm going to try to finish these before my birthday. How about that as a goal? Let's have that as a goal. Let's see if I can make that by August 17th. All right, we'll have that as a goal, and so we'll see. All right, I'm going to go set these in the chair, so I'll put them in the bag later. Y'all don't really need to watch me do that. So, just sometimes they fall and they, I don't like to squish them. Okay, so I have some show and tell. Let's start with the stencils because they're the most awkward to deal with over in the pile. Okay, this one is Let me see this one. What's what are these called? Let me look on the back. Sea Bubbles. Sea Bubbles. Okay, and it's from Kasha. Okay. She's from Everything Art, if you guys don't know, not familiar with Kasha. Okay, so this is the 12 by 12, and I got the baby version as well, which I've already used on this 6 by 6 background. So that's already been used once, so yay. But I love this because it's just, you can see this one better. It's just so mixed up. And there's another one I saw. I think, let me see, I'm not sure, but I think it's from yeah, I think it's from Carabelle Studio. Not this, of course, but I'm just getting the name. But I think that's but it's similar to this kind of thing where it's all kind of mixed up, but it's got more different symbols and things on it, which I really would like, because I was going to do my own with my Cricut. But I may not have to if I can find that stencil. So that's a 6 by 6. We may work on 6 by 6s today. Okay, so that's my new stencils. I didn't buy too many because I have a lot. And then this is Janet's fault. This is Janet's fault. But I'm so glad I saw her using it, because I was wanting something to cut an individual circle, because on the die cut machine you can't really get exactly where you want the circles. So this is perfect. So this is what they come on this card, and you just take them out of here, and there's a plastic thing in there, and it has measurements on it. It's really cool. And then the I haven't used it yet, so these are still in the package, but these are the cutters. So I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I'll figure it out. So that's a cool thing. I love it. I love when I can find cool tools. Thank you, Janet. All right, I'm going to step that back over there. Okay, now I've got another stack of stuff, and this is mostly dealing with the die cut machine. But I got some clear stamps. These are dilution stamps from Diane Reevely. But these are clear stamps, and they're smaller. Now, I have the big versions of all of these. I think I have almost all her borders, but I have the big versions. And I needed something to work with in my back-to-back books, my back-to-back journals, which I'm still putting stuff into gradually. But yeah, these are going to be perfect to work in here, and they also will be great for ATCs. They're like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 inches long, something like that. Let me whip out this ruler. Yeah, 3.5. So it's perfect for ATCs. Absolutely perfect. And I wish there was more, but this is the only set I saw, so I grabbed that one. I got another set. Now I have one set of Poscas, the black and white in all this in 4 sizes. I don't know if that's all the sizes, but there's 4 sizes, black and white of each. I have one set, and they're kind of scattered all over the place, so I wanted one set that I could keep together. So that's a duplicate, but yeah, that's a cool one. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat. Oops. Hi, guys. I just kind of jumped in. I was having setting difficulties, and so I just kind of jumped in today. But, okay, so there's that. And then I've got this. Let's see. Oh, what is going on with my window? Let's see. What is happening with my window? Oh, you know, the one on the tablet isn't showing me the whole. Oh, there it is. I had it scrolled up. Hello, Goofy. Okay. Anyway, back to. So these are for the die cut machine for my Vagabond, or the Big Shot, whichever. I think they'll also go through the little guy. What is the little one called? The baby one. Sidekick. Yeah. Yeah. Sidekick. Yeah. It'll also work with the sidekick. Okay. Like I said, I've had no coffee, people, so bear with me. I overslept. Yes. All right, we're getting rid of the crinkly plastic. Okay, so these things come, these are words. Mostly what I was after was like happy birthday because I like have used that a lot. One of them is bent, but I'm not going to complain because I think it's going to be fine. See, that one got bent, but I think it's going to be fine. It's going to bend it right back. Let's see if that works. Okay, I'll have to take some more time with it, but that one I think says anniversary. Yeah, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. If it doesn't work, then I'll complain, but I think I can fix it, flatten it back out, and it's fine. See, everybody else is great. So all these lovely little words, and I learned a new trick for fiddly dies. Okay, so I was using wax paper with great success for cutting out the fiddly dies. You put wax paper down between the die and your paper that you're cutting. You put wax paper, and then it releases easier, and it does work. However, I have noticed that the newer wax paper, at least this brand, the Reynolds, at least this brand has less wax than it used to, because my older roll, which is being coveted and held and uh, saved for most important die cutting, it has a lot more wax and it releases a lot easier than this one does. So they have done something to change the wax paper. There's not as much wax because it doesn't release as easy as my old roll. So I don't know. We will see. Okay, so this one is a brick wall, the alphabet with numbers, and then a crackle. And they're larger than I thought, so I'm going to have to deal with this crinkly paper. I meant to take these all out of the paper, but I didn't get around to it. My son was here all day yesterday, and we had a great visit. So I didn't get prepared very well. So see how big they are. Okay. And I had not seen these before. I'm way behind on, all things Tim Holtz. So I'm just kind of got behind on that. But these are going to be great. And I love trees. And so when I saw this one, I said, oh, I have to have that. Must have the trees. So I have little trees, separate trees and branches and things. But this is one like a scenery you can put on the bottom of a card or something. That's going to be cool. Yep. That's going to be cool. And then I love this one. This is my favorite, I think. This one, I did take this one out and put in a Ziploc bag. This one is, there's 5 of them, and they call them Finlets. I don't know why, but anyway, these are just so awesome. I love it. Love, love, love. Honeycomb, diamonds, or harlequin, whatever you want to call that one. This I equate with a quilt. I love that corner. That is just so cool. And then this one is the circles, the wonky circles. So that was just so cool. I love this. So I can't wait to use these guys. And I got one more. Oh, I did take this one out too. I'll bag them up later. This one is swirls. See, isn't that pretty? And this one's flowers, and then it's got like a tree branch with flowers. That's so cool. I won't take that one out, but yeah. But they're bigger than you think. I mean, it's like they're card worthy. I mean, you can make cards really, really nicely with these. And then to go with those, I finally remembered that I did not have the magnetic platform. And so I got the magnetic platform that will hold these. Yeah, so that will be cool. And I haven't used any of this yet, so. But here's the platform. And of course, I got some extra. There we go. I got some extra cut plates as well. Oh, well, you know what cut plate looks like. I don't have to show you those. But yeah. So this is cool. So I can't wait to use these things. That's going to be awesome. Now I'll probably use my thin dies a lot more. And of course I have to put these into my notebook. Get all those in my notebook. And I'm going to set them over here and set the pens over here. I might use these today if we do any art journaling or whatever. Let me see. I thought the wax thing was my imagination. No, the wax paper is true, and it definitely does look different than the older wax paper. So they have done something to it. I don't know. Let me see. That's easy. What? Okay, I don't know what that is, but yeah, if you're tuning in to YouTube and hopefully my broadcast thing is behaving itself, um, I am talking to a live audience, although when the recording comes up, I will disable the chat. I don't like to keep the chat, so I will disable the chat unless I have a special request for some reason. 3D dies. Okay, I don't know anything about that either. Yeah, I am way behind on Timmy's stuff. Way behind. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, okay, that's cool. That sounds cool. Okay, 3D dies. Tim holds 3D dies. I'll have to go look that up. I will Google that later. That's cool. Okay, let's see. That's really all I've purchased. Okay, overshirt coming off. It's getting warm in here. This is the warmest room in the house. And in the winter, that's great, but not so much in the summer. Get rid of that. Okay. I've even got to turn a little fan onto my laptop because it overheats. So, oh, make sure you get the 3D dies and not the embossing folders. Oh my God, I may have to have all of that, Eileen. We'll see. I don't know. We shall see how that goes. Okay, something else I've been working on is my the leather the notebook that I made, the Fodori. Okay, let me grab him, and I might as well grab this too. I can mention it at the same time because these stay on my desk. Okay, so these guys stay on my desk. This is my daily planner. With all the normal daily planner. But I only use, this year, I only use the monthly. I don't use the daily. So I found I wasn't writing anything in it. So I trimmed it down and just put the months in here. Right now I only have till, let me see, I don't even think July. Oh, July's in here. Okay, July's in here, but there's not much else. So, but it's working for me because I keep track of the big stuff, and all the appointments and everything. And all I need that is just a monthly spread. So that's what's going on there. But this is my book. This is my Fodori. Most of the time, the string stays in. Oh, there he is. The string stays in here as out of the way, basically. So I've clipped a pin on the back page, and there's all of my. I think I've got 5. Yeah, I've got 5 different. Yeah, 5 different signatures in here. So what I like to do, and this is a pocket that I made. I took a page protector, cut off the holes, and stitched down the middle, so that I've got a pocket that slips through the back. And so, oh, excuse me, my voice is going away. I've got a pocket that slips through, and I just put some scrapbook paper inside of it just for decoration. But I put lots of stuff in here, and then I'll put my signatures in. Now this one has just loose pages, and this is the Canson mixed media paper. So this is just for drawing or sketching or making notes or whatever I need to do. This one has my dotted paper, my dot grid paper. I'm trying to figure out how I want to bullet journal, and it takes a little practice. So that's in there, and those aren't bound either. They're just loose. And this is a blank one. I unbound a book and put this in here. Of course, I have since found a PDF file with the dots that you can print your own. So yeah, and I like the rounded corners on the book. So if I print them out, I'll be doing that to mine, I think. These are the mid-size folders. So they're Smeed mid-size folders, and I cut down the tabs. If you can see the tabs here, I cut down the tabs. I left the middle one, the middle folder, so I have 2 lefts, a middle, and 2 rights. Okay, and I just cut the tabs to fit in here so that I have 5 tabs. Okay. And I will probably reuse these folders, although the inside pages will change over time. So let's see. Hey, Norma. Let's see. And this one is pretty full. Oh, that's my keyboard instructions. I keep those in there. And then this one is the one that I use for collage. So, and that's just Kenson mixed media paper in the back too. So that's this. And so what I would like to do is take some of my previous pages, previous art journal pages, and I'll show you that in a second. Let me put this down over there or else it's going to fall on the floor. Okay, so my Dilutions journal from class. Okay, so I took class from Diane Reevely in Waxahachie in 2013. And this is the journal that we had in class. Oh, I forgot to turn my autofocus off. Oh, darn it. Okay, let me see if I can get it to refocus. Come on, camera. Until I can turn that off. I'm going to try to pull up my software. Come on. Oh, where's Pandora? All right, I got to get Pandora. Come here, little girl. Got to put you to work. All right, the camera likes Pandora, so we're going to focus on Pandora. Come on. Come on, camera. There we go. Whee. Okay. My goodness, I forgot to turn the autofocus off. I re-downloaded my camera software, and it automatically puts on autofocus. Let me see if I can change that real quick. Let me see what do I need to do? I need to put that down. I need to put this down, and I need to move the tablet. Hang on, so I can see the screen of the laptop because the tablet's in front of it. Okay. Feel free to fast forward for a few seconds here. Let me see if I can get my controller up here. Okay, here we go. And turn off. Let me see. Where's the autofocus thing? Here we go. Turn off the autofocus. Let's see. Where is that at? Autofocus. They're off. Thank you. Save. Okay, hopefully that will work. All right, now I need to put my screen back up here so I can see the chat. Okay, there we go. Now, put the picture back in front of the other picture that's backwards. Now I can see the chat and the right way around. This is so weird. I guess we'll get it all figured out eventually. Okay, anyway, so what I did was scan my workshop pages because I didn't have a lot of time, and this I did like a scrapbook here in the front. So this is about Waxahachie. This is the class itself, and it was the whole weekend, and got there Friday night, went home Sunday night. And it's my autographed page, and then all the things we did in class. So we sprayed and all of that, and I did not have a very good glue stick, obviously, so that came out. But mostly we were doing the backgrounds with sprays, and so what I did was I scanned the whole book, and then I just passed it, didn't I? This one, well, anyway, you can see the size difference. Okay, so I just printed it on 8.5 by 11, folded it in half, and then trimmed um, the border off. And so what I will do, and I kind of missed on that one, there's a little white there anyway, but what I'm going to do is edge the pages anyway in the end, so that's not going to matter. But anyway, so I'm layering them together. I printed front and back on the, what is it, 28-pound paper. I think it's 28-pound HP paper, I think. It's 28, it's heavy paper. Anyway, you can do photographs on this stuff. Oh, sorry, my voice is going away. But it, yeah. So this is going to go in my Fodori, and I just put them together, and I will do a pamphlet stitch, through the center, and I'll have that in there, and then I'll just put a cover on it for now, and then later, once the pages are finished, hopefully, once the pages are finished, I will bind it into a book, and whether it gets by itself or with other signatures, I don't know yet. I won't know till I get there. But anyway, that's something in the works, and I'm kind of doing a collage on one of the pages. This is the page that had the little face on it, but I overprinted. I had it flipped the wrong way in the printer, so instead of each side, I got both things on one side, so it's kind of a different page in itself, and so her face is messed up, and so I decided to go ahead and collage over that, and this might be a cover, the cover page that goes on the outside. I haven't decided yet, but that could be a thing. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, I don't need to put that there. Okay, next, moving on. So, oops. I don't know if I showed you guys this or if it got obliterated on the video. I really don't remember. But I make journals from the James Avery catalogs. And I have more of them somewhere. The paper in these catalogs are fantastic. It's really nice paper, and this was a special Mother's Day one there. But they have really nice paper, and so what I have done, these have not anything done to them. This is the saving stack that I had out from recent ones. But what I've done, oh, here, let me move these, is this is an old one, let me see, from 2011. Okay, let's put those back on the shelf. All right, so what I've done is I started out not using it as an intentional journal, but I gesso the pages. Okay, so I went through and gessoed the pages, and then I put some old journal pages in here. When I first started with art journaling, kind of having a hard time with life, so they're not real great pages, but anyhow, and I didn't really finish them. Some of them are and some of them aren't. But anyway, so I gesso the pages, and then I'll go in and do collage or whatever, some painting, stamping, whatever. But this is what I like to do. This is a small size. It's not heavy, but there's quite a few pages. So if you take it on a trip, you've got lots of room to work. Some just blotting off some stencils. So, this is a great, it's a great idea. It's just like using my magazine journal, except these are the catalogs, and they're stapled well. They're very nice paper, so it gives you a substantial book. And I may or may not put a hard cover on these. I really don't know yet. I usually don't do my cover until I'm mostly finished with the inside, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's fun. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. I got some paper for jelly printing. I have to put it sideways. But this is like deli wrap, but it's printed on. And this is like an ad in like London paper. But they use these for fish and chips. And so it's deli wrap, printed deli wrap. what this says is newsprint, dry wax paper, and basket liner. And there's those 25 sheets in here. And then I got a small one. Okay. This one says French fry paper. Okay. And it's like a newspaper. So that's kind of cool too. So Friday, February. Yeah. I just noticed that. That's cute. But these are some purchases I forgot to show you guys. So yeah, but that's for jelly printing. And I'll be doing some of that later. Not today, but eventually. I've been working a little bit more in the abandoned books. When I go through my magazines, I usually find something that I can use. And so I have now a folder for each book so that I can, when I run across something, tear it out and stick it in the folder and, place it later. I'll usually have to do a lot of fussy cutting with that too. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, yeah. Let me show you guys what I've been messing with here. So I showed you guys that these thin sheets of foam came curled. So here's this huge package, and they came curled. And most people said they did this. So I fixed that by putting two together because they're really thin. I mean, it's like a piece of paper almost. So I just glued two of them together this way, and that straightens it out. I don't know why that works, but it does. So that's what I've been doing. I'm not doing them all. I'm just doing a few at a time because I don't know how many of these stamps and texture patterns I'm going to need. So I'm just doing a few at a time and leaving them in the stack. This is from an egg carton. You see how thick that egg carton one is? That's really cool. Can't wait to play with that. The print on there is kind of distracting, but hey, I'm recycling. What are you going to do? Okay, so anyway, I get flat sheets from doing it that way. And so I thought this pen was empty, but it's not. This pen I made in 2006 at a convention. Let me see, what's it called? Art and Soul. Okay, Art and Soul. It was in Dallas, so it was easy for me to get to. I drove up, and I spent a week by myself in a hotel and was taking classes to make things. And the instructor's name for this, Sally, oh darn, Sally something. I can't remember anyway. But anyway, this is soldering or soldering. So we took an acrylic tube, okay, and you take the inside, the guts out of a big stick pen, okay, and that's what's in here. And I did a collage before I went to class. This has some little pictures, and the other one I have, oh, where's the other one? Okay, the other one has a flower. This one doesn't have a flower on it. I didn't put it there, but, oh, hang on, it's stuck. I'm trying to get the flower. Okay. Here's the one with my flower. Okay, so this is what the pen looks like. This is the finished project. I'm trying to get in the right space in the camera. So the flower goes on the open end. Okay, so and we decorate the flower. The other flower has some text and stuff on the petals and things, but some glue strings apparently. Get the glue string off. Okay, there we go. But anyway, this one has my tatting. There's a piece of my tatting that runs across it, and some other little pictures. This is from my Ren 47 logo. I put that on there. But there's a lot of things. I did the little. It's a little strip that's long and wide, and you roll it up on the inside. And I did that before I got to class because I knew that's what we needed. And so rather than doing something that was too big and I wasn't going to be happy with, I did this beforehand. Thanks, guys. So it's a little awkward to write with, but it's fun. But they mostly sit in a little jar. Oh over there. So this has other things in the bottom of it that I've made. So anyway, I thought this pen was empty, but it's not. And I left it so that I can change the pin out if I wanted to. So I can take my needle nose pliers, pull this one out, and put a fresh one in. Um, she didn't teach it that way, but that's what I decided to do um, while I was there. And by the way, soldering is not my thing. I also made a triptych from glass pieces. It's really heavy and it's in the china cabinet. I can't get it out, so it's behind stuff. But anyway, it's, yeah, that was my adventure with soldering, and I don't do that anymore. Fire and I do not get along. That's why I don't make glass beads. It's just not going to happen. Okay. All right. Little rabbit trail. All right. So anyway, what I have been doing is making stamps from the foam and attaching them to other pieces of foam. So I did the spiral. Now I didn't cut this freehand. I did it with scissors. So I drew my spiral on a circle, and then I started cutting it in half. So I made some guidelines, but then I started cutting that in half, and it came out with two. That's how I got my spiral spaced. Okay, if you can see the spacing. Okay, that's how I got it spaced. So I cut once, and I ended up with two pieces. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But anyway, so that's how I got the spirals. And then I'm just doing some Zentangle, and you just start drawing. I mean, it's just, you take the piece and you start drawing. This is one that was roses, 3 roses, and you can see the blue is where I mashed down with the pen so that the petals stick up. So that can be the stamp. Okay. And then this was just a doodle from a circle, and it was just a scrap piece, and I messed with it. And of course, all kinds of leaves, all the kinds of leaves. Okay. And there's, yeah, this one I'm still working on. I want to do this whole thing with leaves on it, so it's like a big stamp. So, okay, that. And then, of course, I'm going to play with the egg carton, and we'll see where that goes. Speaking of going, there's the voice again. Okay, hold on. I get a drink. Oh, goodness. Allergies. Oh, bummer. Okay, and I can't sing, which drives me crazy. There were some more pens that I've played with. These are different size of, how does this one work? I forget. Oh, pop down. These are different sizes of tips so that I can do thin lines or thicker lines or whatever. And this is a different size yet. So those are 3 different styluses that I have. Now, I have learned something. If you're going to use a styrofoam plate, okay, it's just a regular styrofoam plate. Now, these are really thin. I would advise getting the thicker ones, but I had someone pick these up for me, so I got what I got. So I'm going to work with these. Anyway, if you'll notice the plates and even the pieces of foam, let me pull one of these out, that they have a smoother side and a rougher side. Okay, now the pen, now this may not work while I'm on camera, but we'll see. It has a drag on one side, so this is easier, but this other side is not. It drags because the foam is not as smooth as the other side, and it's kind of like puffy. And so when you're dragging the pen across the foam, the foam like moves, and so it like drags with your whatever you're using. It drags, whether you're using a crochet hook or a stylus or the end of a paintbrush. It's going to drag. It just drags. So I would recommend using the smoother side to draw on. And I'm not sure how the paint's going to come out on the smoother side, but if you're going to draw, I recommend drawing on the smoother side. And the same with the paper plate. or the the styrofoam plate. So yeah, the inside is more fluffy. It's not as compressed as the backside. So the backside is smoother. So and it has applied to every piece of foam I've picked up. So I don't know why that is, unless it, that like the smooth side gets hotter or something. I don't know. I don't know why that is, but anyway, um, that's a tip for you if you're going to mess with the foam, because it just makes it easier if you use the smooth side. Okay, so anyway, I'll be playing with those on the jelly plate. I have to blow my nose now. Oh, goody. Sorry, folks. Things that happen. Okay, so I'm going to show you my finished 6x6 signature, the signature that's finished. Now these are the 6x6s from Rachel's Artful Evidence Challenge, 6x6 challenge. I'm using 8x8 paper, so I didn't have to cut the paper or anything. And I've got the video on how to make the signature. I did it, oh, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, maybe more, I don't know. But anyway, this is a finished signature, so I'm going to show you that in a second. I got to blow my nose first. Starting to drip. Not good. See if we can't put the kibosh on that. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can remember this was flowers. That was the first one. This is Crackle. I used a Crackle stamp on a digital picture. And then I added some washi tape and the lettering I stamped and then cut out and then put on here. This was Doodles. This one was Greenery. So I did a lizard. He was mostly colored already, so I finished him up and put him in there. This is the one that was in Johanna Basford's book, Magical Jungle. And I just shrunk him down to travel with him. So, thanks, guys. This one here is Tags. The little door opens. Let's see. What was this one? Splatters and Splats, I think. Or Drips and Splatters, maybe. Because I had inked a page, and so I just did a little stenciling and splatting. And then this was a jelly print that I saw trees, and so I just made them trees. And then I did a piece for the house, and then some of Tim Holtz's little paper dolls. So, and then I printed this from the printer. It's a George Carlin quote. This one, let me see. This was Love. This one was Love. Fill your paper with the breathings of your heart. And I took that straight from a magazine and put it in here. And then I had this was from a magazine. I cut it out, added washi tape and some stamps and, stuff. Basically, it's a collage. Okay. This one, let me see. What was this one? This was Flourishes. That was Flourishes. Yeah. So that was watercolor on the background through stencil and some collage on top. And then I cut a quote out. Put that there. This one was Butterflies. And I'm trying to use, see, I've always wanted a technique book, a technique notebook. And this was something that's been in the back of my mind for several years. And this is the perfect opportunity for me to use some of those backgrounds that I already have and just get some techniques down. And I'm going to put an index in the book. And I can go ahead and start the index because now I've got this one finished. But going through page by page and telling what it is and what I did and the name of the challenge, of course, and all of that. So that's something that's been in my mind for a long time. So butterfly. So I was using some old stickers, old butterfly stickers, and the background is new. I did the background recently. So and some washi tape and some of the Tim Holtz sayings from Small Talk. So those are the stickers that I put there. And then let's see, this one was what's mask. Yeah, mask. So basically I had seen something similar and decided to go with it with chalks inside a circle. And then I just did some stamping and die cuts to finish that off. And I drew in his other wing because there was no wing. So I drew a wing because it bothered me. This one, I think, oh, what was, I can't remember what this one was. Um, I don't know where my notes are. I don't know yet, but I can't remember what this one was. It was not butterflies. Ah, no, I don't remember does anybody remember what this challenge, the name of this one was? Because I can't remember. Oh, well. Anyway, and then this one was coffee, tea, that kind of thing. So I took, there's a shaker card that has some, it has some charms in there. I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, but there's a bee and a butterfly and a letter B for me and that kind of thing in there. But I just took a piece of scrapbook paper and put some ink on it, and I had a sticker left from somewhere, and this was a piece of a book left from somewhere, and I just kind of went through and highlighted some words like perfectly at home. Profusion is fusion with tea. Leaves, stem, make your coffee, golden, yeah, those kind of words. So that was kind of fun. That came together all by itself almost. So that's pretty fun. And this is, of course, a filter from my mom's coffee pot. I have a Keurig, so I don't have these, but I grabbed some from her house one time. So I have a few filters. But anyway, that's the completed signature. That's the first one. And I'm way behind on the challenge. And I'm way behind on the 6x6 Wednesday challenge as well. But hey, that's the way it goes. Eventually I'll get it done. I'm not going to worry about it. If I put pressure on myself, I'll just sit and not do anything. So, yeah. So we're just not going to worry about it. It'll eventually get done. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm still putting my stuff on these trays. And so this is the Wednesday challenge, the 6x6 Wednesday challenge that Eileen and Janet started. And this is collage. This I said that one because I love collage, so I said that one. And this kind of taking Tisha Moore and Diane Reevely, to their own kind of thing, and just doing something like that. This was one of the stamps from one of the sets I have. Every now and then, life needs to be turned upside down to get back to the right way up. So true. So true. Okay, so that one's finished. This one was modeling paste. I did the bricks and cut the tiny little houses and did the stamping. I have that small stamp set, so I used it. This was digital, so I printed one because it has to go in the book. But I didn't print it on very good paper, and I'm probably going to have to do it again because I'm not satisfied with the way the colors came out. It looks much better on the screen. I didn't get the printing adjusted correctly, but anyway, this one was song. So that's an Anne Murray song. I love Anne Murray. This one, let me see, was this tea? Oh, I can't remember now. Was it tea? Anyway, it says, life is like a cup of tea. It's all in how you make it. Napkins. Napkin. This was napkin. Yeah. This was napkin. Okay. See, I got to write these things down before I forget them totally. Okay, so I got to write them down. This is a background ready to go. This is one that's just, it's a magazine, and I'm going to cut this out or collage on top of it. This one goes over something else. The idea of that is here, and there's another frame, and then here's another digital piece that I've got started. This is going to be one. This is a stencil piece that I got started, and this is kind of this was a failure of the stencil. that I was using because my paint was too thin, and I didn't notice it, and so it kind of made blobs. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one just yet. This is a piece that's going to go on something. Um, oh, that's my notes from the lizard. Okay. And this is going to be a background for another one. So I have ideas. Okay. I just haven't executed them yet. So this tray has my 6x6s on here. And then I showed you this one earlier with my new stencil, which is just magazine collage. And onto a failed piece of watercolor. And then this one is fiber. Of course, when I think of fiber, my first thought goes to sheep and wool. And so that's what this is going to be. This is a total collage. All I have to do with this one is put my quote up here. Something about get your daily fiber. I haven't figured it out exactly, but yeah. Anyway, something like that. So I cut these out of a Ply magazine. So they're always full of pictures of sheep and stuff. So cute. Okay, so that's my progress on the 6x6s. Like I said, I'm really behind, way behind. And was there a prompt for yesterday? Yesterday was Wednesday, so like I said, my son was here all day, so I didn't get online till last night. So I don't know. Okay, so anyway, that's the 6x6s that are in progress. Oh, and those are, whoops, there's a few finished ones in there, but I haven't got them on a signature yet because the signature is not stitched together. It's made, it's just not stitched together. Let me see. I was going to show you one other thing and I can't find it. Okay, that's just weird. Well, it's around here somewhere. It got shifted, I guess. Anyway, I have also started art journal pages that I'm just filming for you guys. So I will get that finished eventually. I started it last night, and then I had to stop because the paint was too thick, and I had to let it dry overnight. So it's ready to go again. But I'll just turn on the camera sometime between now and Sunday and get it finished and uploaded, I hope, without any problems. Let's see. I know I was going to show you something else. Can't find it. Okay, moving on. Let me see. Let me get a bite of cheese. I have a piece of cheese. I need to coat my throat with something. Pardon me while I munch. Oh, there it is. This is what I was going to show you. Okay. So this is a Moleskine, and it's a daily diary from 2008. Well, I ordered one, and they sent me like a dozen because and I asked them about it, and they said the timing, they wouldn't sell very many, and they had a whole bunch that they needed to get rid of, and so they sent them to me. I said, okay. They're probably doing that to everybody. But when you get, when they get close to the end of the year, they don't, the end of when people order this kind of thing for the following year, for the future, then they have these things and they just sit around. So I think I ordered in December, and they sent me a whole bunch of, so they sent me some little ones and they sent me some normal sized Moleskinas. This is not a Moleskina. This is a poor copycat. I picked this up in Hobby Lobby, and as you can see, the cover is just really messed up. It's just cheap plastic paper. I don't even know what this is made out of. It was making me nuts, but it's scratched all to heck, and it's coming apart, and I'm just like, okay, I can't sketch in this thing. So I collaged over my sketches. I hate the paper. It's really disgusting. I can't sketch on this stuff. So I just started doing collages. And the collages I like to do are making pictures out of other pictures. This is like, I don't know, some people call them a glue book. That's not what I call them, but that's what some people call them. So these are my collage books. And so I just take things that I like to look at from magazines or catalogs and stick them together. Um, this one's not finished yet. Working on that one still. This is the most recent one. I love this. I've been collecting for this one for a little while. Let me raise it up just a little bit on the edge of the tray. Try to get out of the glare. Okay, I think that, let me scoot up a little bit more. Okay, now you can see. But I don't know if you can tell where I fussy cut and glued and fudged and put things together that weren't meant to go together. But there's a lot of that on here. And sometimes I do little things like this to like fill in a space because everything was perfect except that little space. And so I hunted for something that's meaningful and put that there. So I like to play chess. Um, I like dark wood. I'm kind of got to thinking about when I was doing this one. I got to thinking, you know, something like this, and then on these other two, I've skipped that for some reason. But this was the first one I did, and all of these things are rooms I'd like to live in, places I'd like to be around, and I think that's what this book might be, mostly. And see, I love the staircases. I love the the dark wood, and it's just I don't know. It's and like I said, this paper is just awful. It's thick, but it's just terrible to draw on. It doesn't take water well at all. So it's just like yeah. So it is now a collage book, but this one is yeah. This is one of my favorites. And so music is in my life. I play piano. I play guitar. I play chess. I write. I draw. Um, I love trees. I love looking at doorways that have like flowers over the archway. I just love these kind of things. And this, I don't know, maybe I'll live in a house like this someday. I don't know. But this is it just I love doing this. It's just so much fun. But I want to fill this one up with this kind of thing. So, um, something else I'll do is 5x7s. I got my little book over here. Because everything is in a Ziploc bag these days. The dust in here is crazy. We are surrounded by construction. Ugh, and that causes more dust. Oh my gosh. Awful, awful stuff. Okay, so this little book has my 5x7s. And my favorite time of year is fall. This is a cityscape. Let me see if I can get these in here without glare. Okay, that's pretty good. The cityscape I built out of lots of different pieces. So this one is a fall scene with kitty cats. And I did a lot of fussy cutting. Oh, there's a punch. There's a couple of punches in there. And, oh, there's a butterfly hidden in there too. Somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a butterfly. And then this one. Lots of fussy cutting. Little bird. Cup of tea or coffee. None of this was together. Oh, there's another bird. Peekaboo. So I just, I stick these things together. Just make a new picture out of it. This little girl, this was from a photography ad in the Martha Pullen Heirloom Stitching magazine. Okay. And yes, I have done things like this. I have made a christening gown for my granddaughters, and 3 of them have worn it. So that was good. But yeah, it's with all the heirloom lace and this hand stitching. And yeah, it was totally hand stitched. So I'm really proud of that. I'll have to show you guys that one of these days. It's packed right now. The youngest grandbaby's 14. Oh, and here's one here. This makes you think a little bit. It's kind of a sad thing because the grandma's a ghost. If you can see what I meant by by what's around her is an aura. And so it's like the grandma's a ghost. So that's kind of a sad thing. I don't know why I did that, but there it is. And this one was one uh, picture, and I took different things from it and kind of blended them together to make another scene. And this one is, whoops. Okay, I'm going to have to move this tray, I see. There we go. Now, uh-oh, Pandora. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, this is like a cabana boy. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Eileen, Janet. And this is on a mountain. And, oh, whoops, glare. There we go. This one's on a mountain. And this is another composite. It's just things I liked, you know. That wasn't too difficult because it was like just like two different pieces, so it was pretty easy. This one, I inserted this into one of those frames I like. I like to find those somewhere. And there's one here. Oops, too high. There we go. I don't know that this one's finished. I'm not sure. And then this one has a tissue paper skirt with a little ribbon, and I changed her eyes. You probably can't see that because I can't, let's see. Okay, maybe it will focus. Okay, maybe. All right. Anyway, you can see I changed that up a little bit. A la Tisha Moore. Okay, and then this one is kind of a sea life one with people not in the water. People in the water and people not in the water. Get that tilted correctly. There we go. Okay. And the rest of these are not finished. There's some more in process. So I leave a blank space so I'll know that these are finished and the rest aren't. So there's some pieces of collage that I wanted to put together, so I'll just stick them in there in the page protector part, and so I can know where I was going with some of these. So they're not done yet, but pieces and parts are together. I'll just do a quick flip through these, and I haven't messed with this for a while, so things are not done. But this is kind of like what I do in the abandoned books. I just like make different pictures out of other pictures. I just create something new. And these are the cards that are pre-cut. The 5x7 cards are pre-cut, ready for the collage. There's some more things. I thought that was weird. This was from a National Geographic, and I can't remember what that was about, but I had to have that. And there's some more cards tucked in there. But anyway, that's my little album that I like to work in, and I haven't done it for a while, so I guess I need to pull this back out and see if I can do that. So, get some of those finished. And then this little book, I'm going to do small ones. Now this was inspired by Packard Eye. She was doing a challenge in a small book, and so I decided I needed to pull this out and see if I can get something like that going in here. So this will be more of a travel piece, and then I'll get to use up some of the smaller pieces of collage that I've collected. And I have a box over here. I made the box. I've showed you guys the box. And what I've got then is these folders with the smaller pieces of collage in them. They tend to get lost in the big folders, and so the things that I'm using at the moment is kind of what goes in here. I have one miscellaneous. These things will all get filed where they belong eventually if I don't use them first. But there's a miscellaneous, and so there's just, this gets in the front, And so I have a box, and it's about, oh, I don't know, a dozen or so folders in it so far. And they're all labeled now. So I've come in here and I've redone them. And so I've got, this one has birds, flowers, and butterflies, and some of them are fussy cut already, and some of them aren't. And then I've got some interior items, which is, this is what I was using for the ones with the staircases. Some things like this. And I get these from Victoria magazine. And I discovered a new magazine the other day, well, recently, and I subscribed to it. It's called Veranda. I had some old ones. I think my aunt had given them to me years ago. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, this is the one I just got, but it's called Veranda. And this has some really cool stuff. I mean, you can get backgrounds, you can get small things. There are pages that have, it's like a home decorating kind of thing. There's lots of different, like there's one of them has a page with just rugs, and it's just patterns of rugs. There's no words in the way, which is, I really love that. But you see how this big piece of pattern right here, I mean, you just put that or pieces of it and go with that. And I like to do what I call strips for background. So I would take like a slice of the Venetian blinds here and use that somewhere. Oh, or you could take this and write text on it, you know. I mean, there's just, these are great, and there's doorways and arches, and some of these pages go great in the abandoned books. I mean, it's just all kinds of things in here. See all this texture? Look at that. And there's a light fixture that could be used. This is, I mean, there's just so many possibilities with these things. Now, the older ones that I have, and I've just only got a few, so I'm going to treasure those. But see, here's an open doorway. So you could take this page and put something else in the open doorway. You don't have to leave that there. Just put something else in the open doorway. Put somebody there. Put an outside scene. Put, gardens, a window. There's so many possibilities for these things. And there's some little people. See, now those would fit great in here. Those guys would fit great in the little book. So, there's, and see, here's some smaller pictures. Look at this. See that? That's great. See, there's a doorway right there. There's a chair. I mean, there's a flower. There's trees. I mean, there's just, yeah, I get really excited about this. There's a horsey. So yeah, there's a pattern and pattern and pattern, and there's all kinds of decorating ideas that you could use in your house anyway. Not to mention that what the magazine is for. But yeah, these have great images, and I got a deal where I get the digital version and the hard copy. So this is the first one I've gotten. They sent me the digital link right away. But these are just great. And I imagine you could print from the digital copy, But yeah, but if it's Veranda magazine, and if you look for it, Google it and look for it. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but it wasn't that much. For all this great collage fodder. I mean, whoa. Yeah, it was a good deal. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Guess y'all can tell. Yeah. Oh, gotta blow my nose again. Okay. Pardon me for a second. Okay. Nose. Okay, so that's the new magazine I like, and of course, y'all know I like Vogue. And if I don't have a cover on this one, okay, I don't know where my cover went on it. Texas Monthly. My uncle gives me Texas Monthlies. And I picked up some Birds in Blooms magazines on eBay. The set from, let's see what year's, 2016. I picked up a set on eBay, and it has flowers and birds and butterflies, and there was a bee in one that was really cool, and hummingbirds, and I mean, look at this. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pictures. See, flowers. Just all kinds of really cool. Yeah, I've already taken a page out of there. But yeah, look at the little birdhouse. That's so cute. Look at this baby bird. So cute. But yeah, there's some really great pictures. And not only for the collage value, but I can draw from them as well. Practice drawing birds. I like to work, if I'm going to publish something, I like to work in my own photographs if I possibly can, or use the sites that have the copyright-free photos that you can get. Some are free. Unsplash is a good site. Pixabay is another one. So yeah, but these are some of my favorite magazines anyway. So, but these are fun, very fun to work in. And back where it goes, so I don't have too much mess to clean up later. But anyway, I really recommend Becky's Veranda. It's got really nice paper. Really nice paper. Yeah, Colleen, I really like the Birds and Blooms. That's a cool magazine. And then, oh, this is one I used to get a long time ago. I don't really recommend this one. The paper is not what it used to be. It is really, really thin. You can see right through it. It's not very good quality, and when you go to glue it down, it rips. So I don't recommend this one. And you know, as far as content, it's not that great. I mean, it's full of ads and stuff, and it's mostly ads, but it was real cheap. Went along with the veranda. They popped it up there as an offer, and you know, it went along with the veranda. But you know, I don't really recommend y'all buy this one. It's just kind of ick. The paper's not good at all. It just rips something awful. Now, this is a neat idea, though. This is one thing I gleaned from the magazine. Collections by color. That is pretty cool. And there's lots of pages in here that they just collect stuff in certain colors. And then the way they've laid this out, that is really cool. Now, you can't really lay this out in your home this way, but it's a cool idea. If you have a smaller number of items, might work. See, there's blues to green and purple to pink. So they're really cool. You know, I have some skates like that. I met my husband roller skating. Yeah. So, but it, you know, it's okay, but I don't recommend it. It's just the paper's too thin for collage, and it's really not going to be that useful. Mom will enjoy looking at it. You know, that's about the extent of that one. But that's okay. Okay, and so while we're talking about collage, I'm going to show you this, what I've got in this folder. This is, I think this was 11 by 17, I think. Ruler. Yeah, this was 11 by 17 paper. And I bought it for the printer because I now have a wide carriage printer. But I'm not real crazy about the paper, so I'm going to use it for collage. So this is another, this is for my larger items. I figure this will work, you know, pretty well. And I think I've showed you guys this before. I need to prop it up with something. Oh, let me see. Oh, here's some pins in a bag. Let me see if that's going to get it. Not quite. Oh, I see buffering on my end over here. Okay, that's not good. Buffering is not good. Let me see. What can I prop that up with? Oh. Let me see if I can get this paper towel thing to stay. That might work. Okay. We'll just go with it. All right. Good enough. We'll just go with that. And let me move over just a little. And off camera, I'm buffering. Ooh, okay. Not good. Okay. So, anyway, this is for my larger pieces in here. There's a strip. I like to save all of the cityscape strips. And this is why I do that. I save them for the edges of collage to fill out the page, and it just adds a little to it. Now, this is the same girl. I didn't realize I had this. So I may do something with this as a tip-in or something to go with her, but, um, and my glue stick was not good. It had a lot of bubbling, unfortunate, but that's the way that went. This is gonna go here. This is, I mean, I'm almost gonna use it just like this. It's so cool to look at. All of the old, um, plaster work, and the color of it is really cool. I like that, but I'll put something down here to cover the words, or I'll paint it out, one of the two, I don't know. And this one, these elements are gonna be here. And then, this has this, on it. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I'll, of course, not use that, but I'll fussy cut her and put her on some kind of background for that spread. And, this one here, must have been this side. Anyway, I've got some, oversized sunglasses that's going on her. And, this will go on the bottom because it was a 2-page spread and there was a lot of background on the other side. So I'm going to use that way. And it's just a small signature thing. It's not very, not very, big. Oh, that got caught. There we go. Okay. But I'm going to set this back over here, and so I'll remember what I was going to do. Okay. But if I do a series of small signatures like this and then put them together in a book later, that seems to work for me. That works for me. So I've got another signature with some different paper. This I bought for coloring, and it's okay for coloring. I'll print the digital books out on this, and it's okay. It works all right. So I thought I'd make, a signature out of that. And the signatures in progress go in this folder. And I put everything in folders, and I get them in a drawer. And folders work for me. For some people it doesn't, but for me it does. So yay. And I think that's about it for general collage. Let me see. Anything else? This is a second Dilutions book. Let me move that back where it was so I won't lose track of it. Yeah, this is this one I had started before I took the Dilutions class. So this is some various things, and I made my own stencil from a magazine page. I have that somewhere. And of course, these are not finished. They're in progress. Most of my stuff seems to be in progress. We're having talk about crackle. We're having a lack of rain, drought. And this building a castle. Some, I can't remember what sprays, but I gessoed the page first, but I can't remember what the sprays were that I used. These are Dilutions. This was paper towel blot off. Another silhouette. And there's a quote here, but it's not inked yet. The quote is there. And of course, these are not filled in yet either. So lots to do. This was Dilution. Let's see. Gesso the page first, sprayed with Dilutions and rock salt. Sprinkled on rock salt. That was cool. I like that. That was very cool. And this is, of course, doing the shadow stencils and using the white spray. There goes my voice again. Yeah, I didn't do any stenciling or anything with that one yet. And this, of course, is just black. This, again, gessoed with the sprays. And this one, I can't remember what I did. I blotted the pages together like this. But I can't remember what else I did. See, it looks like there might have been some swiping going on. Or that's the gesso coming through. Never mind. That was just haphazard gesso and then just on top. So the texture came through. Yeah, so I can't remember what else. Maybe I just opened it and let it dry and it puddled like that. Maybe that's what happened. Okay, we'll go with that. This was the dilutions with some stencils, using the white also. This is gessoed first. And I can't remember what this might have been just blotting off pages, but looks like I might have gessoed lightly over the top of it with a card. It's very smooth, so I might have gessoed over that with a card. This is just a collage that's not finished. And the dilutions background. The background, no gesso. Gesso here, gesso here, no gesso. I think I was just like blotting off a stencil. I don't think I really did anything on that on purpose. This was testing the micron pins over the dilutions, and this is the Pitt, the Faber-Castell Pitt big brush pens, the India ink. So this is the India ink trying to blend it over the dilutions. That's a trick. That's why it didn't get any further. It was a little hard to do. So I may or may not get back to that, but I left myself a note as to what colors I was using. There's gesso here, and I gessoed over the blotting page. This was, let me see, what did we do here? This was on camera. I think it must have been one of those draw the what to do next challenges. That must have been what this is. Because to me, that's really messy, and I wouldn't normally do that. Way out of my box. Whoops, okay, I guess we don't need paperclip. There. Gesso here, over a blot. More blotting. Oh, this was stamping with celery. No gesso here. Gesso here. Some of these are gessoed, some not. But this again, there's two kinds of paper in this journal. It's a dilutions journal. Just wiping the paint, spare paint. I'm trying to cover the page. More blotting. I think that's all that's in here now. It's just more blotting. Yeah. No stencils. I guess I took them out. But yeah, that's all in that one. So yeah. So that's another one I can do. Lots of fun there. Lots of potential. Didn't know we were going to do a journal flip today, so okay, that'll work. And I got this new one that I haven't done anything in yet. This is a TiMeWaRpArt, and I'm not crazy about this button thing because it really sticks out, but I don't see a way to take it off. So, and it's on there really well, so I guess I'll leave it. Maybe I'll just make the cover really thick. Just put a lot of textural stuff on the cover. Oh, y'all are seeing things, and okay, y'all are seeing things. Okay, sorry I wasn't paying attention to chat. Sorry, guys. I get lost in this stuff, and I get in the zone, and I don't pay attention. But this is the book, and it's got lightweight paper up here. And then it's got a pocket page. Well, let's see, 2 pocket pages, yeah? Yeah, two pocket pages. And then it's got some craft paper back here. So what I was thinking, since I like the craft paper, and I like the, you know, when we were first introduced to TiMeWaRpArt, she had done some scrapbook pages with the craft paper, and I like the things that she had done with that. And so I'm going to go Google and look that up, and I might just glue some craft paper on here. So do a page separate and then glue it in. So that might be what I do with that. I'm not real sure, but that's what's in my mind right now. There's a pocket back there too. So, but this has nice big spirals, and so it's going to be a lot of potential for thick things, texture things. That should be fun. Lots of fun. I'm going to go on my life book things and an old sketchbook, and I've got another book. Well, if y'all remember Fluffy, this is the second composition book I've got. This one is full of Post-it notes, and I can't show you because they're, you know, design ideas and little sketches for designs, so I can't really show you guys that. But this is what the paper, you know, looks like. But this is something that's going. So I tried gathering my Post-it notes and putting them all in one place. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so how's the picture? Is anybody buffering or anything? Are we doing okay? As far as hearing what I'm saying and seeing my stuff without buffering, and hopefully that's working well. Let me get a bite of cheese. My throat is a little dry. Big mouse. Doing nicely. Good. Good. I'm so glad. Okay, more cheese. Yeah, throat's a little scratchy. Okay, let's see if we can actually do something today. Let's work on a 6x6. Okay, let's work on a 6x6. Okay, let me get that tray back out. And I need to find my list of challenges. Okay, hold on. Let me get my list. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. And I'll bring some of my pencil tools over here too. Okay, so I've got some things I'm working with. This stays on the desk. It has a lot of my tools that I'm working with in it. And it has my pencil sharpener jar. I still think that was funny. Mom says, "Isn't that pretty?" Okay, so I'm noticing that my screen, even though I have the camera raised higher, I raised it up on a plastic dish from the kitchen, a container from the kitchen. The 2x4 was too heavy, so so I raised it up, and so I can show more of the desk because I was having a hard time when I had the altered abandoned books up here. I couldn't fit the whole thing in there, so I wanted to raise it up a little bit more. So that was great. So I've got that, but I have noticed that when I come in YouTube, that it shrinks my area. It doesn't show the whole area. I'll have to double check on the recording, but I'm not see. I'm only seeing, you know, the tray when I have a lot more space that will show up when I'm just recording with my camera, regular camera software. So who knows? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the trays. Yeah, I got these on Amazon. I think there's 10 or 12. I think it's 12. But they're like 10 by 14, and they're the perfect size for keeping all this stuff separated. I can stack them. They'll stack. Here, let me get this other one down here. They stack on top of each other with flat stuff. I can also use one of these box frames. This is a box frame. Fits perfectly in here. I think this one is 8.5 by 11. This is one of the document ones. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, this one is 8.5 by 11 for documents. And these were on Amazon as well. There's like a set of 3 or something. And I got some 8 by 10 ones too. But I like this size better because it fits perfectly on this tray. So all of my collage elements, I can lay them down, set this on top, and they're not going anywhere. You know, because I got all these fans on and everything. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is, I love these trays. And I have a shelf unit that's made out of the, you know, the square wire shelves with the plastic things, and you put the wires into them and you make squares and you stack them up, right? So I have a system on the back table, the back counter, that I have zip tied together, and added shelves. I think 2 inches. Most of them are 2 inches. Some are a little more, but I can slip these trays inside there, and they're not real heavy, and so I can stack a lot of projects up there. There's a book I'm making up there. There's some jewelry that's not finished yet. It's up there. There's watch parts, and that's basically a steampunk project tray. And I'll have to show those to you sometime. But I kind of wanted to get a project done today, and I'm running out of steam, so I want to see if I can't do something real quick. But anyway, I'll show that to you some other time. Right now, I want to go ahead and work on this guy right here. I need to write down the quote to make sure I have it the way I want it. Okay, pen. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Your daily. No, not allotment. What's the other word I want? What's it mounted on? Oh, it's a piece of watercolor paper from a failed watercolor experiment. I just, you know, glued it over the boo-boo. Upcycle the boo-boo. Your daily requirement. Aha. Daily requirement of fiber. I think that's what I want to say. And I think I'm just going to write it. I think I'm just going to write it, and then I want to do the pen, the white pen, the gel pen over that. So, okay, so here's my prompt list. Okay, so this is fiber, and this is from the Wednesday challenge. Okay, so I think this pen works. I'll grab a pencil. Okay, let me see if I can get this on here. I know you guys can't see this, but I can't actually see it, but I'm seeing the impression. Get your daily requirement of, and then I'm going to make fiber bigger and do something special with the fiber word. I'm going to space it like that and put an exclamation point. Okay, now let me see if I can get my pen to work. Oh, hello. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Keep your fingers crossed. Now this is one of the few that doesn't have a previously done piece of art in it. I'm trying to do use up all my experiments. So when it starts to skip, then I'll clean it off on my hand. Apparently I can't do this and talk at the same time, guys. Requirement of, I'm gonna move the of over here. Of, now, let me see, I don't know what I want to do with this. I'm just kind of going to draw over it. And I'll see what's going to happen because I'm not even sure right now. Let's start here. I know I put capital letters, but I decided to change my mind. Okay, now I'll fiddle with it. See what we come up with. We come up with some drop shadows and add a foot to it. Make it thicker, add a foot. Fill that in. Try to get it to where it'll fill in without streaking, because sometimes it'll streak just because it scoots the ink aside when you go over it again. So you kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit. It's on this Slick magazine page. Okay. That a little better. Clean it off a little. There we go. Okie dokie. I didn't have my camera software pulled up, so I didn't get to zoom. But there we go. You guys can see what I'm doing. It's big enough. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so that one's done, except for edging the page. Y'all don't really need to watch me do that. So then I can cross fiber off of the list. But I'm like, oh, I don't know how many I'm behind. Probably a dozen, maybe. Oh, geez. I don't even like to think about it. I'll eventually get them done. So anyway, there's the one for fiber. Wednesday challenge. I love sheep. Give me a house with dark wood, a spiral staircase, well, curving anyway. I have a little desk I like. So I have a little desk. And look out to trees. Give me some pine trees in the backyard and some sheep. Yeah, I like that. So I think I'm going to take some paint. Find my magic black paint. Where is it? There we go. Let me shake him up. And I had a sponge the other day. Where did my sponge go? Oh, I just covered it with styrofoam. There it is. I put him in here so it might stay a little soft. That's not too bad. I'm going to have to cut it off though, I think. So I put him in there. I didn't know when I was going to get back to it, so I'm going to trim it. The stiff part, I just trim that off. Snip. That way you don't waste much. See, you just, you keep going. Okay, so I'm going to edge the page with the black. Just need a couple of drops there. And curve it back a little bit. Try to hold it and curve it back a little bit so it doesn't get too much. And then just go along the edges and get those. And it gives a nice finish to your page. I like to do this in my journals too. Lots of fun. Turning. I'll do this off the edge of the counter, but if I do that, you can't see me do it, so I'll just hold it this time. Just enough to cover. I'm basically trying to color the edges and put a frame to it. There we go. And the edges, since I glued everything to the watercolor paper, it left a nice wide white edge, so I had to. Okay, there he is. All right, there's fiber, all done. And I'm going to put this back in here because I might work on something that needs black paint. Set that aside, let that dry. and put that back where I had it a minute ago so I can find it again. There. Okay, so I'm going to head out of here, guys, and hopefully the recording comes out good. Last week had a lot of missing. The first one had a lot of missing areas because it was buffering so badly, and it just thanks, guys. It was annoying, but hopefully they've gotten it fixed or almost fixed, and so we won't have any more trouble. So anyway, I know it was not an internal problem. My computers are fine, so everything's good. All right, so appreciate you hanging out with me, guys. It's good to get some artwork done, and I'm going to continue the. I'll give you a sneak peek of the journal pages I was working on, but I'm videoing that, so I will have that for you to look at later. Oh, maybe I won't give you a sneak peek. I can't find it. Okay, never mind. Just pretend I didn't say that part. Okay, anyway, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate that as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.